Hello and welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator. Hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's episode, we're going to build 3 PCs from used parts that I have in my inventory. I've already got 3 cases picked out and on the workbenches. I've done some episodes like this in the past, so if you haven't seen any of those episodes, usually if I need parts or something like that, I will just buy them. But I've got a ton of stuff in my inventory, and I doubt I'm going to need anything to build 3 decent computers. It's just all about getting rid of used parts and making some money. So let's get started. Let's start with this guy. This is not my favorite case. Oh, and it's already missing. It's already missing a fan. It's already missing a fan. Let's see. What do we want to put in here? We definitely need a motherboard. So let's see what kind of processors we've got. Man, we've got a few 8700Ks and a few 9700Ks, or at least 2 of them. At least 2 of them. Let's see what kind of motherboards we have that would go with that. Either a Z370 or a Z390 incompatible. Oh, just because they won't fit in this case. Well, we've got an NZXT board that would work, or this MSI board. Or even this ASRock board. I've got all kinds of stuff. So much stuff in here. Actually, let's go for the ASRock Z390 Phantom Gaming 6. We'll go ahead and get that mounted in here. So we're going to build all these PCs, and then over the next few episodes, we will check on them on PC Bay and see how they're doing. And of course, when I finally sell them, when I get the final bids, I'm definitely going to record that so you guys know what they go for. We need to get a processor. Let's grab one of those 9700Ks. That one, oh, that one's used. I was going to say, is that one brand new? But it was hidden. It was hidden from me. So we'll get that mounted. I don't know if I'm going to have 2 sticks of matching RAM. It seems like I never do. It seems like I never do. Here's some 4000 megahertz, some 32. Nope, those aren't matching sticks. That's 3466 and 3200 megahertz. And 3000. Nothing matches. Let's go for this HyperX Fury 16 gig 3000 megahertz. That'll be a decent single stick of RAM though. Decent little stick. Let's get this out of our way because we're eventually going to have to mount a graphics card. But let's see what we have for storage first. Let's do fits this PC. That way we're not looking at stuff that just won't fit. Let's see, what do we have in? We've got a ton of M.2s that'll fit. We've got a 256. Do we have anything we could pair with that? Man, do I not have a single regular hard drive? Just an old school hard drive? I don't even have one. I don't have one. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe we won't put in a 256 because that's not very much storage for somebody. Got a few of these 1 terabytes. Let's grab one of those. Where does it fit on this board? Here we go. There we go. There we go. Let's grab some thermal paste. Let's see what we can find for a cooler. We may just go air cooled for this. Let's scroll down here. We do have a 360 that'll fit. You can't see inside this case, so there's really no point in putting RGB stuff in here. I'll save that for another build. But maybe this Dark Rock Slim from Be Quiet might be a decent little cooler for there. Man, that thing barely fits in the case. Got a little graphical glitch down here at the bottom of the case. I don't know if you guys see that popping around. All right, we need to get this thing ready for a graphics card. So it looks like maybe this one and this one. Yeah. And we also need a power supply. Let's see what we've got for power supplies. We're not going to need anything major. That 250 is definitely not going to do it, though. 750 would be fine. Here is a 500. Oh, non-modular. Well, actually, that wouldn't be too bad. Be a good way to get rid of a non-modular power supply. to put it in a case where it doesn't really matter. 500 watts. I think that would be plenty for this build. All right, let's see what we've got for a graphics card. Got a 1080 Mini. I was going to put like maybe a 2060. We've got a few of those. Here's some here. A couple of 2060 Supers. Got 1660 Ti. That's not bad. Just seems a little low end to be paired with a 9700K. 2080 Ti. 2070 Super Gaming X. Oh, that could be good. That could be good. Oh, there's a RTX 3070. Awesome. Awesome. Maybe we'll go with this, the MSI RTX 2070 Super Gaming X. Get that mounted in here. And I think all that's really left is to cable this up, put the case back together, obviously, and see if everything works. So let's get it cabled. Cable color doesn't matter because this is a non-modular power supply, so it's going to be whatever the color of these cables that are built in are. So there we go. And then let's start putting the case back together just a little bit. Let's get the PCI cover on here. I don't want to put this top panel on yet, but we can go ahead and put the side panels on because honestly, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It really doesn't matter. Then let's grab a USB drive. We will get that installed. And let's power this thing up. I'm going to hop into the BIOS real quick. Let's make sure our XMP is turned on. Don't think I'm going to overclock anything. I think we're just fine with that. And let's go ahead and let this thing boot into the operating system. Oh, look at there. This already has stuff on it. Go figure. Go figure. Let's see, we might overclock the graphics card a little bit. So let's get GPU tuner. Let's get OCCT. Let's also get 3D Mark because that's what kind of sets the worth of this thing for PC Bay. Do we need anything else on here? No. No. Let's do a restart. Or a shutdown. Click the wrong thing. It's fine. We'll wait for it to power off and I'll just power it back on. Alright, so let's see what this thing's worth. $866 is what it's saying all the parts are worth. I don't want to run 3D Mark yet. I'm going to step away. I'm going to get the graphics card overclocked, and then we're going to run 3D Mark and see kind of what our final worth is. So we're at $866, and I will be back in just a moment. All right, so I've gotten the graphics card overclocked as far as I can. We are actually being limited by the power supply. If you look down here at power draw, we are at 499 watts. If I bump this core clock up even one more, it crashes because that is how much power our power supply puts out. So I'm glad I didn't even overclock the CPU. It wouldn't have handled it, but it is fine. We probably couldn't have gone too much further because of the GPU temperature anyway. It would have started crashing soon. So I think we're good. Let's go ahead and close out OCCT. Hopefully this is going to be stable. We're going to run 3D Mark and find out for sure. We were at $866. As soon as this runs, if it crashes or whatever, or if it makes it to the end, I will come back and show you, and then we will take a look and see what it's worth. All right, we made it all the way to the end. No crashes, no problems. Got a score of 10,250. Not that it really matters because we're just looking for money. So we've gone from 866 up to 2,398. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain at all. I did not mean to back all the way out. I wanted to put the top panel on this thing so we can be done. We're going to grab a PC base sticker. We're going to get this thing listed. And like I said, we're going to check on these over the course of the next few episodes. But let's get started on our next build here. Got the Raging Tech Selenos? Selenos? I don't know. I don't know. Let's get it taken apart, though, so we can get some parts installed. Oh, that doesn't come off. It just moves. That's fine. That is fine. All right. We need a motherboard. We need a motherboard. Let's do... We had some 8700Ks. Let's do something with an 8700K. So we need like a Z370 again or another Z390. I've got a couple of these Z390 or Z370, I'm sorry. A couple of these Asus Tough Z370. Here's a Plus and here's a Pro. I don't really know what the difference is. This one's worth $3 more. So sure, why not? We'll grab the Plus. We'll grab the Plus. Hopefully it'll make the value just a little bit higher. Let's get this thing ready for 1 stick of RAM, because I don't have 2 matching sticks. We'll get this thing ready for CPU, and hopefully we can find an M.2 drive that will also fit. But let's grab an 8700K. Both of these are used. I don't think it matters. So we'll get that installed, and then we need some RAM. I want something that's going to look good with this yellow board for sure. And the motherboard said it went up to 3000 megahertz, I think. So no point in going higher than that. We could go with some of this Viper because we could change the color. That's 8 gig, 3000 megahertz. That would work. Oh, do we have 2 of those? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, we do. We do. So we can put 2 sticks of RAM for 16 gigs and dual channel. I'm not going to complain about that. We'll probably put an AIO in this as well. But let's grab some thermal paste, and we will get that on the CPU. Let's see what we can find for an M.2 drive that's going to fit. Here's a 512 gig. Here's 1 terabyte. Let's see. I got lots. Oh, here's another 1 terabyte. That's a good fast drive. This one's RGB. Will it fit? Will it fit? Oh, it will. It will. And the graphics card may not cover it either. Whatever we choose. All right, let's get some cooling for that CPU. Let's go with an AIO. I think I have a couple of these because we may use it in the next build too. A couple of these Be Quiet Silent Loop 360s. Yeah, I've got 2 of them. And this will take one right here in the front, which is perfect. I mean, sort of, because the fans are blowing out the front of the case, so it's not ideal. But, you know, hopefully they'll update the game so that these fans eventually are on the other side of the radiator so it pulls through the case instead of pushing out the front of the case. But we'll leave it for now. We need a power supply, and I'd like to go with something a little more powerful than we did in the last build. We've got some 750s, some 850s. I think either one of those would be good. Let's see. Maybe we'll go with one of these Gigabyte Aorus, a P750 watts. Go ahead and get that installed. And the sticker on the side of the PSU is upside down, which I find a little annoying. It's an OCD thing, and it drives me nuts. But, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let's find a graphics card. We need a graphics card that's going to look good in here. Let's see. Do we have any? We do have some Asus. We've got a 5600 XT. Let's see what else we have. We've got some Gigabyte, 5500 XT, some 2080 Ti's. Oh, man. That might be what's going in our next build. Some SLI 2080 Ti's. Here's a 3090. I didn't even know I had one of those in my inventory. How did I zip past that earlier? How did I zip past that? I wonder how this 1080 would look in there with the color. Is it... Oh. It doesn't really matter. It's how it lights up. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Let's maybe just grab this 5600 XT. I know it's not the most powerful graphics card, but that's okay. That's okay. Not everything has to be the most powerful in the world. Oops. Don't want to do that. Alright, so we need to cable this up. And I'd like to find some cables that, I don't know, are these kind of match? Oh, they do. They kind of match. Okay. We're going to do that color. We're going to do that color. All right. And then we need a USB drive. But before we power this thing on, well, I guess we've only really got the front panel that can go on. And then maybe this side panel. Maybe that side panel. Let's go ahead and power this thing on, though. We'll hop into the BIOS. Let's turn our XMP on. And we're going to let this thing boot into the operating system. I don't know if it has one on it or not. Didn't look like it was installing anything, but I could be wrong. So, we are at $836 before we do anything. Before we do anything at all. So let's get our lighting app. Maybe? There we go. Lighting app, 3D Mark. We also need GPU tuner. And OCCT. Let's go ahead and do the restart. Again, I'm not going to overclock the CPU or the RAM. It's just, it doesn't make the value go up all that much. The graphics card's what really does most of that. So let's do something with lighting, though. Let's select, well, we don't really need to select that. Let's see if we can find something in the orange spectrum. That's pretty close to a match. That is pretty close to a match. All right, so let me step away. Let me get the graphics card overclocked. And as soon as I've got it stable, I will come right back. All right, so this 5600 XT is not the greatest overclocker. We got 55 megahertz on the core and 5 megahertz on the memory. And you can see what the temperature is it's running. Anything over either one of those causes a full-on blue screen. So yeah, that's all right. That's all right. That's why we're selling this stuff off, because it's not stuff I want to use for other builds. We'll get rid of it on PC Bay, but we are at 836. Let's get 3D Mark running. Hopefully this thing doesn't crash. If it does, I'll come back and show you. If we make it to the end, we'll see what the value goes up to. All right, there it is. 7,661. Well, and it's probably because the graphics card just wasn't the best. That's all right. That is all right. So we went from 836 up to 1925, though. That's not a bad deal. I'll take almost $2,000. I will take almost $2,000. Let's get this thing listed on PC Bay, and we can toss it in the closet. We'll get started on this final build. Let's see. Do we need to take this off? I have no idea, but we're going to anyway. We're going to get everything all taken apart so it is ready to go. It's a pretty cool case. I enjoy building in this one. We need a motherboard. We need a motherboard. And really, I think it's going to be another Intel build, to be quite honest. But we may do an X299 because I've got a 7800X, and I've got a 7960, and I've got a 9900X. So here's a 10 core, here's a 16 core. So yeah. Yeah, I think I've got a couple of motherboards too. We've got, well, that one won't fit. We've got the Gigabyte, and we've got the Asus Tough. But I think I'm going to go with the Gigabyte X299 Aorus Gaming 9. Let's go ahead and get that mounted in the case. And then we need to decide what CPU we're putting in here. Because I have no idea. And it's probably only getting one stick of RAM, unless I happen to get lucky and find 2, because I definitely don't have 4. It's really tempting though to go buy 4 matching sticks of RAM. Yeah, I may have to do it. Let's do fits this PC. Let's see what our best bet is. I don't know, the i9 at 4.4 gigahertz. Even though this has more cores, this one's going to be a little bit better for gaming. So let's go with that one. The 9900X. We'll get that locked down. And then I really do think I'm going to go buy 4 sticks of matching RAM. You know what? Let's do it. I keep talking about it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's open up the shop. Let's go to memory. What was the max memory speed of that motherboard? 4,400 megahertz. Wow, that's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. What do we have in the 4,400 megahertz range? We got some G-Skill Trident Z. That stuff's expensive. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. It can be expensive. Same day delivery. Same day delivery. It's a little over $1,000. It's okay. That's okay. There we go. We got it all. We got it all. Let's get it installed. Maybe? Maybe? What, are they all open? Why can't I click any of them? Oh, because I'm under... Oh, gosh. Of course. Operator error. Operator error. Oh, that sounds like me. All right. Let's get our RAM. Let's get all this RAM we just bought. All 4 sticks of the Trident Z 8 gig, 4,400 megahertz. That looks nice in there. That looks nice in there. Let's get some CPU cooling. We're going to go with another Be Quiet Silent Loop 360. Let's see, how do we want this? Let's go. Quit jumping around. Quit jumping around. Let's get it installed a little bit low here. There we go. There we go. And then I have to figure out which ones of these to remove. I don't know. Well, I'm just gonna remove a bunch of them, and we'll figure it out for the graphics card. Let's see if we've got any M.2 drives though that are gonna fit. What do we got here? We may have to go with the ADATA. Yeah, because I want a 1 terabyte. Where are you gonna fit? There we go. There we go. All right, we also need a power supply. And we need something beefy. Here's an 850. Here's a 1200. We might have to go with that. 850. Oh, there's a 1050. There's a 1050. We're going to go with that one. The EVGA 1050 watt. Because this thing's going to suck some power. And then we're going to put, like I said before, we're going to put those 2 graphics cards. Where are they? Where are they? Will they not fit? Oh, those Zotac cards aren't going to fit, are they? Well, we may do this 2080 Ti. That's a bummer, though. That's a real bummer. All right, we're going to go with the EVGA RTX 2080 Ti XC Black Edition. Go ahead and get that installed. And let's put some of these PCI covers back on, since I took a bunch of them off. So I thought we were going to do SLI 2080 Ti's, but it just didn't work out. It just wouldn't fit in this case. But I think we're going to still have a nice build here. So let's get this thing cabled up. What do we want to do? What do we want to do with the green? Let's see. Maybe some gray would look good. I don't want to do anything that's going to clash too bad. See what gray looks like. That's not half bad. That's not half bad. Get everything cabled up. And then let's put... Well, oops, not that. We need the dust filter first. Let's get the dust filter on there. And then we can put this side panel on. And we'll leave the glass side panel off for now. But let's grab a USB drive, because I don't know if this thing's got an operating system on it or not. We're going to power it on and hop into the BIOS. Let's turn our XMP on. And we're going to go ahead and let this thing boot into the operating system. Oh, it didn't have one. It did not have an operating system on it already. Well, that's good to know. Let's get the lighting app, 3D Mark. We're going to get GPU Tuner and OCCT. We'll go ahead and let this thing reboot. So what's it worth right now? $14.29. $14.29. So we definitely want to increase that. We definitely want to change some colors. I'm not a huge fan of the colors. I don't know what I want to do though. I don't know. Should we just make it... Should we just make it like rainbow? Oh, I didn't want to do that with the monitor. Well, oh well. That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. All right, let's get a GPU tuner brought up. OCCT so I can get this overclocked. And as soon as I've got a stable overclock on the GPU, I will come right back. All right, so there's our overclock. It wouldn't take anything on the memory, but we got plus 531 on the core. I'm not going to complain. It's running really hot. 95C. You probably cook an egg on that thing. But let's close that out. Let's close that out. I'm going to get 3D Mark running. And of course, if this thing crashes or whatever, I'll come back and show you. If it makes it to the end, we're going to find out what this thing is worth. All right, there's our score, 14,535. Not that it really matters, because we're just going for the money. It didn't crash, did pretty good. We were at 1429. We're now at 4,087. 4,087. I'm not going to complain about that one bit. Not one bit. Let's get the side panel put on this so we can get it listed. Let's take a quick look at this one. I think it turned out pretty good. Pretty dang good. All right, let's get it listed on PC Bay. Like I said, over the next few episodes, we'll keep an eye on what these go for. And of course, I will let you know what they sell for in the end. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified as soon as a video goes live. Also, if you want to help support my channel, there's a link to my Patreon down in the description. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next episode.